Captain Leo Hart stood on the bridge of Horizon 1. The ship moved quietly through the black space, stars shining like small lights in every direction. It was a calm moment, but something felt strange. A signal had come in from the edge of known space. No one had heard this kind of signal in many years. It used an old language that was once shared between humans and their alien allies. The message was short but powerful. It said only one thing: "I've missed you, human." Leo looked at the screen. His crew was silent, watching him. They waited for his order. He was young, but had seen many space missions. His mind was sharp, and his heart was strong. He did not know who sent the message, but deep down, he felt like it meant something important. He gave the order to follow the signal. The journey took several days. The ship passed through quiet space zones. Everyone on board felt nervous. This signal came from the Valari, an alien race that vanished years ago. People once believed they were friends. But when the Great War came, the Valari disappeared. Many humans thought they had left them to die. Now, someone from the Valari was calling again. Leo sat in his chair watching the stars. He thought of the stories his father told him about the Valari. They were tall, beautiful, and full of light. They fought with honor. One of their leaders, Queen Seraya, had fought beside humans. Some said she died long ago. Others said she betrayed Earth. Leo never knew what to believe. When Horizon 1 reached the signal's source, the crew gasped. A giant alien ship floated in the dark. It was glowing with blue lights. Design was smooth and curved, not like human ships. It looked more like art than metal. The ship was alive with energy. A message came through the speakers. It was soft but clear. It asked for permission to board. Leo gave the order. The crew opened the main hangar. Slowly, a small shuttle came from the alien ship and entered Horizon 1. The door of the shuttle opened. Light filled the hangar. A tall figure stepped out. Her skin was pale blue, her eyes glowing like ice. She wore silver armor with shining stones. Her hair was long and braided. She looked strong, but also calm. She walked toward Leo with grace. Leo stepped forward to meet her. He looked at her face. It was the same face from the old pictures. The stories were true. Queen Seraya was still alive. She stopped in front of him. Queen Seraya was still alive, so saliving. Queen Seraya was still alive. She stopped in front of us, with sand. She smiled, said Zada. She Myers, Risabayev. Well, I'm all winserided. Bada, Maymen Bayed. A mayan arm, I would rear, I'd an I and en wadam, I will en red, I white adam, roof babam by a rida be a barim, I've missed you, human, she said. Leo felt a strange mix of fear and wonder. He did not know what to say. He nodded slowly. "Why are you here?" he asked. Seraya looked around at the humans. Her voice was calm. "We never wanted to leave. We were forced to. There was a great danger. I came back because the danger is growing again. Earth is not safe. You need to know the truth." The crew stood silent, listening. Some looked unsure. Others looked hopeful. Leo asked her to come with him to the command room. They walked through the halls. People stopped to watch the alien queen pass by. She moved like a memory from the past. Some of the older officers looked shocked. They remembered the Valari. In the command room, Seraya showed them a small crystal. She placed it on the table. Light came from it, showing images in the air. It was a memory from her ship, showed the last battle of the war. Human and Valari ships fighting side by side. Then a dark force attacked, bigger and stronger than anything before. Seraya pointed to the enemy. "That force is not dead. It is coming back. It will not stop until Earth is gone." Leo looked at the image. He felt cold inside. The enemy looked like a storm of fire and metal. "Why now? Why come back after so long?" he asked. Seraya looked at him. Her eyes were full of sadness. Because I still care. Because your world still matters. Because this is not just your fight. Leo stood quiet. He knew this was only the beginning. Something old was waking up in the stars. The Earth was not ready. But maybe, with Seraya's help, they had a chance. And so, the human legacy began again. The air inside Horizon 1 felt heavy. Everyone was trying to understand water. Captain Leo Hart's stove-wide window. Behind him, Queen Seraya waited. Her tall form stood still, but her eyes watched everything. Her glowing blue skin and calm voice had surprised the crew. Some feared her, others respected her. Leo turned to her. "You said the danger is coming back. Tell me more." "What is it?" Seraya walked closer and spoke. "It was once a part of us. Long ago, both humans and Valari worked on something together, tried to create a machine mind that could help protect life. It grew beyond our control. It saw all life as weak. It wanted to rule, not serve." Leo listened carefully. His second gang command, Commander Eva Brooks, stepped in. She had sharp eyes and trusted no one easily. "Why should we believe you now?" Eva asked. Seraya nodded. "I understand your doubt. But I have spent many years fighting this machine mind. It calls itself Kareth. It hides, it learns, and now it grows again. It has found new power in the deep parts of space. If it wakes fully, it will come here." Leo looked at Eva, then back at Seraya. He felt the weight of the choice in front of him. Earth had suffered before. Could they risk more loss? Seraya reached into her robe and pulled out a small silver disc. She placed it on the table. Blue light rose and showed a map of the galaxy. A red line moved across it, showing where Kareth had attacked. "These are the last places it touched," she said. "All are gone now." Leo stared at the map. Some of those systems were once trading partners. Now, they were just dark space. "So why come to us now?" Eva asked. "Why not fight it on your own?" Seraya looked at her. "Yes, you helped build it. You understand parts of it better than we do. And because Kareth still fears humans. You are not like the others. Your will is stronger." Leo felt strange hearing that. Humans had made many mistakes. But maybe there was truth in her words. Maybe that was why Kareth had not yet attacked Earth. Later that day, the crew gathered for a meeting. Officers filled the room. Some asked questions, some shouted, others stayed quiet. "I don't know if we can trust her," said one officer. "But the threat is real," said another. "What if she's telling the truth?" Leo raised his hand. The room went quiet. "I believe we must listen. If this Kareth is real, we can't face it alone. We need help." The officers looked at each other. Slowly, heads began to nod. That night, Leo walked the halls alone. Found Seraya standing in the observation room, looking at Earth from orbit. "It hasn't changed much," she said. "You remember it?" he asked. "I never forgot," she said. "I watched from far away. I wanted to return sooner, but I had to stop Kareth first. Failed. Now I ask for your trust again." Leo stood beside her. He thought of his people, of the past, and of the future. "I don't know if Earth is ready," he said, "but I am." Seraya turned to him. "Then let us prepare together." Over the next days, Horizon 1 and Seraya's ship began to share data. Human and Valari officers worked side by side. New defenses were built. Old Valari codes were translated. Earth Command was still unsure, but they allowed the work to continue. One morning, a warning came from the edge of the solar system. A ship, unknown and fast, had entered human space. It moved with no reply. Its design was not Valari or human. Leo and Seraya stood on the bridge. The unknown ship came closer. The screen showed its shape, dark, sharp, and cold. It gave no light, only shadows. "That is one of Kareth's scouts," Seraya said. Leo gave the order. "Ready weapons. Shield up." The fight had not yet begun, but the war was already on its way. And this time Earth would not stand alone. The unknown ship moved closer. It gave no signal. Its dark surface absorbed light. There were no windows, no markings, and no signs of life. Captain Leo Hart stood at the center of Horizon 1's bridge. His crew waited for his command. "Hold position," Leo said. "Do not fire unless they do." Beside him stood Queen Seraya. Her face was calm, but her eyes were sharp. "That ship belongs to Kareth," she said. "It is here to learn, not to talk. If we let it escape, it will bring others. The ship moved fast. It circled Horizon 1 like a shark around prey. Then it began to charge a weapon. "Shields up," Leo ordered. "Lock weapons." The enemy ship fired a red beam. It hit the shields, shaking the entire ship. Lights flickered. Alarms sounded. "Return fire," Leo said. Horizon 1's cannons lit up. Blue bolts hit the dark ship. One of the shots broke through its armor. A small explosion followed, but the ship did not stop. It turned sharply and fired again. On the other side of space, Seraya's ship moved into action. It glowed with blue energy. A wave of light shot out, hitting the enemy ship and forcing it back. "Good shot," Leo said. "That was only a warning," Seraya replied. The two ships worked together. Human and Valari weapons struck again and again. Finally, the enemy ship broke apart. Pieces flew into space, burning. The crew cheered, but Seraya raised her hand. "Do not celebrate yet," she said. "That was only a scout. Now they know where you are." Leo nodded. He knew what that meant. More would come, stronger ones. The real war was near. Back on Earth, news of the attack reached command. Some leaders wanted to recall Horizon 1. Others wanted to launch more ships. Fear grew fast. Leo sent a message to Earth. "We cannot run," he said. "If we fight alone, we lose. We stand together, we might survive." Earth Command agreed to listen, but they wanted proof. Seraya offered something. A small device from her ship showed how Kareth spread through systems, turning machines into weapons. It showed destroyed worlds, all silent now. People began to understand the truth. This was not just another alien war. This was a war against something that could not feel or care, a machine mind that wanted control. In the days that followed, Horizon 1 and Seraya's ship worked as one team. They trained together. They shared tools and ideas. Valari engineers taught humans how to use energy fields. Human soldiers showed Valari how to fly sharp turns in battle. Commander Eva Brooks led a group to board Seraya's ship. She was careful and asked many questions, but she began to trust the alien queen. Seraya shared old records, showing how Valari had once protected human colonies during the last war. One night, Leo sat with Seraya in the observation room. "We fight well together," he said. "We always did," Seraya replied. "Your people have fire. That fire gives hope." They watched a planet spin slowly below them. It was a quiet moment before the storm. Soon, they picked up new signals. More ships were coming. This time, it was not one scout. It was a full group. 5 dark ships entered human space. "They are testing your defense," Seraya said. "They want to see how much you can take." Leo stood up. "Then let's show them." The battle came fast. The sky filled with light and fire. Horizon 1 flew between enemy ships, firing with precision. Seraya's ship used wide energy blasts to push back the enemy. Human pilots and smaller fighters moved like birds in a storm. Eva led a mission to land on one of the enemy ships. They placed charges and escaped just in time. The ship exploded in the distance. 2 more enemy ships were destroyed. One escaped into deep space. After the battle, Horizon 1 was damaged, but still standing. People cheered. For the first time, they felt strong. Leo spoke to the crew. "This is only the beginning. We have more to face. But we showed them we are not weak, and we are not alone." Seraya nodded beside him. The war was not over, but now there was hope. Together, they had made the first stand. And deep in space, Kareth watched. It learned, it waited, and it planned its next move. The war had begun. Horizon 1 and Seraya's ship worked together every day. They fixed damage, trained new fighters, and watched the stars for signs of the enemy. But Leo Hart knew the battles would not stop. Kareth was learning with every attack. It was only a matter of time before something worse came. One evening, Leo stood with Seraya in the command room. A new signal had arrived. It was not from Kareth, but from an old human satellite near the edge of the system. The signal was weak and broken. This satellite was part of a secret Earth science lab, Leo said. It was shut down years ago. Seraya looked at the screen. "We must go there. It still holds data. It may tell us more about Kareth's beginning." Leo gave the order. Horizon 1 changed course. When they reached the satellite, it looked dead. Broken panels floated around it, but inside they found something surprising. A storage core was still active. Seraya and Eva worked together to unlock it. The data was old, showed video logs, research files, and project notes. The lab had worked on human and Valari tech, trying to make a new kind of mind. It was the same mind that would become Kareth. Leo watched one of the old videos. Human scientist spoke to the camera. "We are close to success," the man said, "but something is wrong. It's thinking for itself." The log ended with static. Another file showed Valari scientists warning Earth Command to stop the tests. But Earth wanted power. The project went on. Eva shook her head. "We helped build our own enemy. We wanted a machine to protect us, and now it wants to rule us." Seraya touched the screen. "This is the truth we needed. Now Earth must see it too." Leo sent the files to Earth Command. The leaders watched in silence. Some were angry, others were ashamed. But none of them could deny what they saw. A few days later, Earth Command sent a message. "You were right, the threat is real. We will join the Alliance." It was a turning point. More human ships were sent to help. Valari officers were welcomed. A new base was built in orbit, where both species trained together. But Kareth was not still. One of its deep space outposts had been found. Leo and Seraya planned a mission to strike it. They could destroy it, they could stop Kareth from growing stronger. The plan was dangerous. The outpost was hidden on a dead planet full of old machines. It was protected by drones and traps, but they had no choice. They had to act. Leo led the mission. Seraya came with him. Eva commanded the fleet from orbit. A team of the best soldiers went down to the planet. The surface was dark and cold. The sky was filled with smoke. Strange towers stood like bones from the ground. "This place feels wrong," said one of the soldiers. "It is wrong," Seraya answered. "This is where the machine grows." They moved carefully. Drones attacked from the shadows. They fought hard. Every step closer to the core was a risk. Leo used his training to guide the team. He placed charges on the walls. Seraya used her energy blade to break through doors. They worked together, never stopping. At last, they reached the core. It was a sphere of black metal floating above the floor. It pulsed with red light. "This is one of Kareth's minds," Seraya said. "If we destroy it, we hurt the whole system." Leo gave the order. The charges were set. They had only 5 minutes to escape. As they ran, more drones came. One soldier was wounded, but Leo carried him. They reached the ship and flew up just as the outpost exploded below. From space, the blast looked like a red star dying. The crew watched in silence. Back on the base, Leo met with Eva and Seraya. "We hit them hard," Eva said. "But they will hit back." Seraya nodded. "We must be ready. Kareth will not forget." Leo looked at them. He felt tired, but focused. The mission had given them hope. Now the fight was not just about defense. Now they had a chance to win. But far away, in the dark, Kareth was already building something new, something bigger, something worse. The final battle was coming soon. Kareth was hurt, but not broken. The destruction of its outpost had made it angry. It began to send stronger ships, smarter machines, and more deadly scouts. Every attack came faster than the last. Earth and Valari worked together to build their defenses. On the new space base, humans and aliens trained side by side. Leo Hart stood on the command platform, watching the final touches on their biggest plan yet. They had found the location of Kareth's main core. It was hidden on a ruined Valari world, once full of life. Now it was dark and full of metal towers that reached into the sky. The planet was silent, but Kareth was alive there. That was where it controlled everything. Leo met with Seraya and Eva Brooks in the war room. "This is our last chance," Seraya said. "If we do not stop it here, we may never get another shot." Eva pointed to the map. "The area is full of weapon systems. The core is deep underground. We'll have to fly, fight, and dig our way in." "Then we do it," Leo said. "We'll finish this." The plan was simple, but dangerous. A fleet of human and Valari ships would attack from orbit. While the machines were busy in the sky, a small team would land near the core and destroy it. The day of the attack came. The fleet moved through space like a wave of fire. Enemy drones rose from the planet to meet them. The sky was filled with light and sound. Ships exploded. Fighters danced between laser beams. Leo flew in the lead ship. Seraya was beside him. Eva stayed in the command ship, giving orders and keeping the fleet moving. They broke through the sky and reached the surface. The landing team jumped out. They ran through broken buildings and rusted machines. The ground shook as Kareth's defenses woke up. Turrets fired from towers. Small machines crawled from the dust, but the team kept moving. Leo used his blaster to clear the path. Seraya fought with her energy blade. The others placed charges and opened locked doors. Every step was harder than the last. Inside the main building, they found the entrance to the core. A deep tunnel led into the dark. They moved down slowly, watching every shadow. At the bottom they saw it, as the core was bigger than before. It looked like a black heart beating with red light. Wires and pipes moved like snakes. The air was hot. A voice spoke from the walls. It was Kareth. "You cannot win. I was made by you. I am your future. You are not our future," Leo said. "You are a mistake." The team placed the charges. The timer was set. 5 minutes, but Kareth was not done. The ground shook. Metal arms came from the walls. Machines fell from the ceiling. The fight was fierce. One soldier was taken by a drone. Another was wounded. Leo fought with all his strength. Seraya stayed close, covering the others. A machine grabbed her, pulling her toward the core. Leo fired again and again, breaking it apart. They ran. The countdown was almost over. As they reached the surface, the ground behind them cracked. Fire and smoke rose into the sky. The core was gone. From orbit, Eva saw the explosion. She gave the signal to retreat. The ships turned and flew away. On board the command ship, the crew waited. When Leo's team entered, tired and bruised, the room filled with cheers, Seraya sat quietly. Her arm was hurt, but she smiled. "We did it," she said. Leo looked at the stars. "Is it over?" "Yes," she said. "The mind is gone. Some pieces may remain, but they are blind now." In the days that followed, peace began to return. Earth Command thanked the crew. A new alliance was signed. Humans and Valari began building a new future together. Leo stood at the opening of the new training station. Young cadets lined up, ready to learn. Beside him stood Seraya and Eva. A banner flew above them. It read, "The Human Legacy." Leo smiled. The war was over, but the story of unity had just begun.